Just to start with the announcement, obviously 4 Warriors players in the Australian squad. You must be happy with have some state representation in there.
Yeah, of course. I'm very pleased. I'm particularly pleased for Shaun Marsh. You know, he's worked very hard since Christmas last year, and he's got another opportunity to play for Australia. He did well at the end of last season. He's done well for Australia A, so he deserves his opportunity. Adam Voges was obviously fantastic for Australia last year, so no surprise he got selected. And Nathan Coulter-Nile as well. He's a good prospect, and he's been a good prospect for a long time. Hopefully he can grab his opportunity and you know, make a mark and have an impact with the Australian team as well.
Shaun, firstly, you obviously worked with him back here. Now you've seen his results in England. He's ready to get back in the Test side?
Yeah, look, it's always a great stepping stones 2020 and one-day cricket for him, and he's done that. So I'm sure he's got his eye on the Test team as well. He knows he's got to become a consistent performer in first-class cricket to play Test cricket. But certainly in 2020 cricket and one-day cricket, he has been an outstanding performer, so he deserves the opportunity.
And Nathan's results have been promising as well over there. You expect him to make his one-day international debut?
Yeah, look, I hope so. He's a brilliant athlete, and it's all up to him really. I mean, he's so talented. He knows how much work it takes to be successful. Well, I hope he knows how much work it takes for him to be a successful international cricketer. So it can't just be about his talent. He's got to keep working hard. He's got great competitive spirit. So if he can match his talent and his competitive instincts with some strong work habits, no reason he can't be a successful international cricketer.
I mean, the fast bowlers, we've had so many injuries and the like. Does it take a little bit longer for the fast bowlers to develop that strength of body? I mean, Nathan's been lucky so far. He seems to be holding together and bowling well. Yeah,
he's just past that, probably that, in a lot of ways, that danger period over his career. He's had a lot of trouble with his rib and his side region. So hopefully he's coming through that. Of course, we see Pat Cummins is very topical at the moment. But it's a typical trend of young fast bowlers. There's been a lot of talk about rotation policy, and it's almost like a dirty word in cricket now. But I think under the age of probably 24 or 25, we have to manage the young bowlers very, very carefully. Over that age, I think we've got to, as we've seen with guys like James Anderson and some of the best players in the world, Dale Steyn, then they should play as much cricket as they can. But the young ones, we have to manage them as well as we can.
Mitch Marsh has missed out. Is this a setback for him?
It's a minor setback for Mitch, but having said that, it's almost a cliche now. It's all part of the journey of he's only he's only 21 years old, so he's got, again, enormous talent, and he's got lots of time on his side, so he'll be disappointed having played the Champions Trophy. But it's going to be nice to have him back here, do some good work leading into the season, set a good foundation, and hopefully his talents will shine through over the summer, and there'll be lots of opportunities for him.
And Shaun Marsh has had some disciplinary problems in the past. Are you confident they're all behind him now?
Yeah, I'm hopeful. Yeah, he knows exactly where he stands with it. I'm very hopeful. He's been exemplary since January last year. His behaviour on and off the field has been outstanding. So, and his leadership within West Australian cricket over the last few months particularly has been brilliant. So I'm very hopeful that he has learned great lessons from the past, and he'll keep going from strength to strength.
Justin, of course, the Ashes series not over yet. How did you see the fourth test and our chances leading into the fifth test?
Look, it was so disappointing. It was exciting to see us get an opening partnership of over 100. It was always going to be tough chasing runs, but we probably let them their tail get away a bit, it's been an alarming trend over the last, some period of time now, that our top order or middle order have been having batting collapses. So we're all aware of it. That's the easy part. The easy part of it to see what's going on. The tough part of it is to formulate solutions for it. So I'm sure they're working hard to put that behind them.
And you were batting coach for a while. You look at the team now. Is there anything that you can pick up that really needs attention? I mean, Wolf mentioned playing straighter perhaps in the second innings, or when a bowler gets a head of steam up.
Yeah, we've got to get through. It takes mental toughness and resilience to get through those tough periods. So when you first get to the wicket, it's really hard. It's hard work, and the other thing is when you get to 40 or 50, you want to make sure you get 100 or 150 or 200. And that's not only good for the individual, but that's how teams win games of cricket. So we've got to get through those tough periods, and then we have to consolidate those starts. So that's one part of it. I think another very important part of it is that we get some continuity in our batting order. In fact, in all our teams, we keep chopping and changing, and guys are changing their positions. We're changing the teams a lot, and it's really hard for guys to build confidence and certainty in what they're doing if it's chopping and changing all the time. So there's probably two areas we can work on. Again, they're both in a way obvious, but we've got to have the foresight and the courage to stick with the guys who we think are the best players. And then those guys have to do those things, get through the tough periods, which is always difficult, but then consolidate and make good days into great days.
Dave Warner was able to do that in that second innings. I mean, do you think he's the answer that took the order? You'd like to see him stay there?
Yeah, I mean, he got 70, so he went okay. But again, if Dave Warner, and I'm certainly not pointing my finger at Dave Warner, but if Dave Warner had have gone and got 140, we would have won the Test match. So they put on 100, and yeah, he did well, but I don't think we should get too carried away with an innings of 70 in Test cricket. I mean, our expectations for our best players is that we get 120s and 150s and 180s. That's what England have done very well over the last few years. So yeah, Dave Warner did okay. I mean, I was thrilled that he got a 100 partnership with Chris Rogers, but that's their role. Yeah, I mean, I personally, I like Shane Watson opening the batting, but you know, if that's the way, whatever way the Australian selectors decide to go, I hope they have some continuity, and whether it's Dave Warner or Chris Rogers or whoever it's going to be, then I hope they just stick with it and give him a bit of a run at it, because it's important. Psychologically, it's very important for batsmen to have a bit of continuity and know who you're batting with as an opening partner, or in the top 3 or 4. Those things are very important.
And just on the Warriors in pre-season, how's it coming along? You're feeling good? A couple of boys here, and Steve Smith running around as well. They're enjoying his training methods?
I'm not sure they're enjoying the training. It's been a really tough pre-season, but look, as long as I've been involved in sport, everyone says they're having the toughest pre-season they ever had, and everyone's in great spirits, and it's really, you know, everyone's nice and fit, or everyone says that. So what I'm absolutely certain of is that they are working very hard. Their levels of fitness are probably better than they've ever been, and the volume of practice is higher than it's probably ever been as well. So I can't guarantee any results, but we're setting a strong foundation.
And mate, just on Mitch Johnson, he spoke yesterday about his absolute desire and love for Test cricket. What does he need to do to get back into the Test fold, and what sort of impact can he have if he does make it back for the return Ashes?
Well, Mitch Johnson is at his best when he's swinging the ball. So, and he's working really hard on that. So a left armer that's got his endurance and his physical capabilities, a left armer who can bowl and swing the ball, he'd be in any team. So if Mitch Johnson can continue to be consistently swing the ball, I'm sure he'll be very attractive to the selectors, Darren Lehman and Michael Clark.
At the expense of who?
Well, again, they keep chopping and changing, don't they? I mean, if Mitchell Stark's played a couple of games, and Ryan Harris has done well, Peter Siddle, Jackson Bird did okay. So yeah, at the expense, I mean, we keep being selected for Australia is a lot about timing, and obviously Mitchell's not going to play the last Test at the Oval because he's here in Australia, but he will certainly be pushing towards it. And at 31 years old, he's a very senior player. He's played over 50 Test matches now, so in a lot of ways he's a veteran of Australian cricket at the moment. So who knows who his body will take. That's up to Mitch to put the performance on the board, so it doesn't matter whose spot he's taking.